Are you an indie game developer? Have you ever stayed up late at night wondering how to protect your unique game from being replicated or stolen? Well, you're not alone. In today's digital age, the threat of idea theft is more real than ever. But don't worry, we've got you covered. In this video, we will guide you through the maze of legal protections, covering topics like copyright, trademarks, licenses, contracts, and even some handy legal resources. It's vital knowledge for any indie developer looking to safeguard their hard work and their business. So buckle up, grab your notebooks, and stay tuned to learn how to armor your game against the unexpected. Let's dive into the exciting world of legal protections for indie game developers. Have you ever wondered how to protect your indie game from being stolen? This question is not just a passing thought, but a serious concern for indie developers. Legal protections are vital in preserving the integrity of your hard work. They act as the shield that safeguards your creative ideas from being exploited or misused. Without these protections, you risk losing more than just your ideas. You could potentially miss out on significant revenue, or worse, your business reputation could be tarnished. Imagine pouring your heart and soul into a project, only to see it replicated and sold under a different name. It's a harsh reality many developers face, but one that can be avoided with proper legal precautions. Legal protections not only deter theft, but they also provide a route for recourse should infringement occur. Remember, prevention is better than cure. So, let's dive into the first step: understanding copyright. So what exactly does copyright protect? Well, in the realm of game development, copyright safeguards the unique elements that make your game stand out. This includes the code that makes your game function, the art that gives your game its distinctive look, and the music that creates the ambiance. These elements are the lifeblood of your game, the creative expressions that set it apart from the rest. Copyright is, in essence, a form of protection provided by the laws of the United States to the authors of original works of authorship. This includes literary, dramatic, musical, artistic, and certain other intellectual works, both published and unpublished. In simpler terms, copyright is the right to copy. This means that the original creators of products and anyone they give authorization to are the only ones with the exclusive right to reproduce the work. Now you might be wondering, how do you copyright your game? The good news is that your work is under copyright protection the moment it is created and fixed in a tangible form that it is perceptible either directly or with the aid of a machine or device. In other words, the moment you save your game code, create a piece of art, or compose a melody for your game, it's protected. However, registering your game with the US Copyright Office is highly recommended. Why? Because it creates a public record of your copyright claim, and more importantly, it's necessary if you wish to take legal action against infringement. The process is relatively straightforward. You'll need to complete an application form, pay a non-refundable fee, and send a non-returnable copy or copies of the work to be registered. Now that you've got a handle on copyright, let's move on to another crucial aspect: trademarks. Have you ever thought about the importance of your game's name? Your game's title, much like your studio's name, is more than just a label. It's a unique identifier that sets your creation apart from the rest, and it's something you'd want to protect. This is where trademarks come into play. Trademarks are vital tools that protect names, logos, and even catchphrases. They ensure that your game or studio name is exclusively yours, preventing others from using it to mislead players or profit off your hard work. Imagine pouring your heart and soul into developing a game, only to see another game with the same name popping up on the market, causing confusion and potentially stealing your thunder. Not a pleasant thought, right? So, how do you go about trademarking your game or studio name? The process begins with conducting a thorough search to ensure that your chosen name isn't already trademarked by someone else. The United States Patent and Trademark Office, or USPTO, has a searchable database called TESS, the Trademark Electronic Search System, which you can use to check for existing trademarks. Once you're certain your chosen name is unique, you can proceed to file a trademark application. This involves filling out a form, providing details such as the name you wish to trademark, and paying a filing fee. But remember, just filing a trademark application doesn't guarantee approval. The USPTO will review your application, and if it meets all the necessary criteria, then you'll be granted a trademark. If not, you may need to modify your application or even choose a new name. Also, keep in mind that trademarks, unlike copyrights, require active use and maintenance. This means you must actively use your trademark in commerce and file regular documents to keep it alive. In a nutshell, trademarks are vital for protecting your game and studio names. They help maintain the uniqueness of your creations and prevent others from profiting off your hard work. With trademarks covered, let's delve into the world of licenses and contracts. Ever wondered how others can use your game or its elements without infringing your rights? Well, that's where licensing comes into play. Licenses are like golden tickets that grant permission to others to use your intellectual property. You, as the creator and owner of your game, have the power to decide who can use your game, where they can use it, and even how they can use it. Now, you might be wondering, why would I want to let someone else use my game? That's a fair question. Licensing can be a great way to generate additional revenue. For example, you could license your game to a company that wants to create merchandise, or a spin-off series based on your game. In return, you would receive a percentage of the profits. But there's a catch. You need to be strategic about who you license your game to. You wouldn't want to license your game to just anyone. You want to make sure that the company you're dealing with is reputable and that they'll respect your intellectual property. And that's where contracts come in. Contracts are legally binding agreements that set out the terms and conditions of a business transaction. They outline what each party is responsible for and what happens if someone doesn't fulfill their end of the bargain. Contracts are like safety nets. They protect both parties involved in a transaction. If you're licensing your game to a company, a contract can ensure that the company pays you the agreed-upon royalties. On the flip side, the contract assures the company that they have the rights to use your game in the way that was agreed upon. So, you see, licenses and contracts are crucial tools for protecting your game and your rights as an indie developer. They allow you to share your game with the world, while still maintaining control over your intellectual property. While these legal steps are crucial, sometimes you might need a little extra help. Let's talk about using legal resources. Feeling overwhelmed by all this legal jargon? You're not alone. Many indie developers find the legal aspects of game development daunting. But fear not, there are resources out there ready to help you navigate these waters. First off, consider hiring a lawyer. Yes, I know it might sound a bit over the top, but having a legal expert on your side can be invaluable. They can help you understand and navigate copyright and trademark laws, draft contracts, and handle any legal disputes that may arise. Lawyers can also provide advice on business structures and tax issues, which can be critical for indie developers. But, I hear you say, lawyers are expensive, and you're right, they can be. However, there are ways to get legal help without breaking the bank. Some lawyers and law firms offer pro bono services to indie developers and startups. This means they provide their services for free or at a reduced rate to those who can't afford them. It's worth doing a bit of research to see if there are any lawyers in your area who offer this kind of assistance. Now, if hiring a lawyer is still out of reach, don't despair. There are other legal resources available to you. Online legal services like LegalZoom or Rocket Lawyer offer a range of services at affordable prices. These platforms can help you with things like creating a business entity, trademarking your game's name, or drafting a contract. They can't replace the personalized advice you'd get from a lawyer, but they can be a good starting point. There are also forums and communities online where indie developers can ask legal questions and get advice from others who have been in the same boat. Websites like Gamasutra and the Indie Developer subreddit are great places to start. Remember, while the legal side of game development might seem intimidating, it's important to protect your work and your business. With these resources at your disposal, you can confidently protect your game and your business. So, let's review what we've learned today. Protecting your indie game is vital, and that's where legal provisions like copyright and trademarks come into play. Copyright safeguards your game's original content, ensuring that the fruits of your creativity are entirely yours. Trademarks, on the other hand, shield your game's identity, including its name, logo, and even the unique look and feel of your studio. Then we have contracts and licenses, two equally important aspects of game development. Licenses allow others to use your intellectual property, while contracts are there to protect both parties involved in any agreement. Remember, navigating the legal waters of game development can be tricky. That's why resources like hiring a lawyer or using legal services for indie developers can be invaluable. They can guide you through the legal labyrinth, ensuring your game is well protected. By understanding these legal aspects, you can ensure your indie game is well protected and your hard work is rewarded.